Well, it would be simple to preach to thousands through microphones or chat rooms. It would be easy to distribute thousands of free Bibles and prepare pieces of literature. It would be very easy to show film strip tapes, DVDs, and broadcast materials to millions. However, the goal is not to find the easiest way to spread words, but the most effective way to win an individual to Christ. These are the words of our founder, Nutt, spoken several years ago. They summarize what GNPI is all about. Believers working together to find effective ways to share the good news with individuals around the world. Well, we're here tonight to celebrate, and not just to celebrate, but to give thanks to all of you who have been a part of the journey. While it's easy to give accolades to founders or maybe leaders of organizations, it's literally impossible to give thanks to each and every one who are behind the scenes that make things happen. For every person who has served on staff, everyone who's given $1, said a prayer, or sacrificed in any way. And yet we totally acknowledge that it takes absolutely everyone working together to share Jesus with the rest of the world. So whether you have served or partnered with GNPI for decades or days, we just want to thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts, because nothing that we do could have been done without all of you. There is one man, however, tonight that I would like to take a moment to honor. He is the very reason that my parents went to Africa in the first place, and ultimately where GNPI was birthed. I don't think he ever even knew the actual day of his birth, but he will eternally remember the day that he was baptized into Christ. That was October 29th, 1961. That was 64 years ago yesterday. Michael George Nyandoro was the very first of over 11,000 people that Dad had the privilege of helping to baptize while they were working there in Africa. Michael was the man that planted the idea and challenged Dad to make materials in their own language of the Shona-speaking language. Michael raised a family. Every one of them are Christians. 3 of his sons are preaching at congregations there in Zimbabwe. A few short weeks ago, on October 8th, Michael George Nyandoro went to be with God. And I can just imagine God saying, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." So thank you, Michael, for what you have done to inspire this ministry and many others through your life. Well, in 2016, we had an event that was similar to this one, and it was entitled Ignite. We talked about the spark that was planted in Dad's heart by people like Dr. Garland Bear, who I'm sure many of you know well, and others who helped to encourage and fan the flames that helped get GNPI started. We talked about how GNPI was being used to spread the word across the continents like the fire sweeps across plains. But tonight, on the other hand, I want to ponder the seas. When I think of the ocean or of seas, I think of a massive, mighty, unstoppable force. A powerful fire can eventually be quenched or snuffed out. But it is only the power of God that could ever change the course of the seas. Well, since the beginning of GNPI and the ministry, we have focused on Habakkuk 2:14 to inspire us forward as we move into the future. I see an unstoppable force because the message of Jesus and his saving grace is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and it can never be stopped. GNPI has been spreading the gospel message as the waters cover the seas for the past 50 years. And it's been a wonderful privilege to be a part of that and see that happen. So let's sit back, relax, reflect, and marvel at how God has used all of us working together to accomplish His purpose as we watch this video entitled Cover the Sea.